Hello, my name is Bob and I am the Managing Director of Upstack America. Now, today's video or recording, it is a recording that I wanted to do for me to explain to you what we do. Okay, I know a lot of you people have seen me talking about Oracle all the time. Okay, and I wanted to have this conversation today so that anyone who may be interested can really get exactly what I talk about all the time on the internet. Okay. Now, as a company, we are an IT consulting firm. What we do, we go out there, look for people who have IT skills, and then we get them hooked up with jobs. We mostly specialize on IT consulting skills. All right. Now, on top of that, also, what we do is we train people. We train people on financial systems or ERPs, enterprise resource planning tools or financial systems. Okay. Now, when you talk about ERPs, you can't really talk about ERP without mentioning Oracle because it's one of the largest systems out there, okay, in the world. All right. Now, what happens is when companies buy ERPs like Oracle, they can't really start using that system immediately. They have to implement it, and they need consultants to do that work. All right. Now, we train you to be that person who implements the Oracle system for the client. Okay. Now, our training, we have two products. We have two products that we train you on. One is Oracle E-Business Suite or EBS Financials, okay? And then there is another system called Oracle Fusion Financials Cloud, okay? Now, we train you on two systems. One, it's Oracle EBS or E-Business Suite Financials, okay? And then we have another product that we train you on called Oracle Fusion Financials Cloud. All right. Now, I'll try to explain these two products. Now, with Oracle EBS has been there for so many years. I mean, Oracle as a corporation, it was formed some way back in 1970s. Okay, and the owner is a very rich person. Okay, Ellison. Okay. Now, in 1987, that was the first time that they came up with the EBS, E-Business Suite product. Okay? And right now, the current product for Oracle EBS, it's release 12. That one came out in 2007. So since 2007 until today, we've been having the release 12 system. Okay, that's the latest Oracle EBS system out there. Okay, and that's what we train our students on. All right. Now, Oracle Fusion is another product that Oracle came with just recently, not really long time ago. Okay, and these are two separate systems. Okay, two separate systems. Now, the Oracle Fusion, of course, has Oracle Fusion Financials, which we train you on, okay? And then also there's other Oracle Fusion products, okay? Like there's HR, there's payroll, there's marketing, there's everything out there that a company may need. Same thing with Oracle EBS, okay? It's not just financials. We just train on financials part because, that's our niche. Okay, and the financials part deals with mostly, the expenses side of the business. Like, for example, when they procure goods and services out there to the vendors, how do these vendors get paid? How do these vendors issue invoices in the system and they get, they get approvals and all that? Okay, and also financials deals with the revenue side of the business. Okay, when we make a sale as a company, how is that recorded in the system? All right. When we want to run financial reports, like for example, profit and loss statements, for for us to show the financial position of the company at the end of the year. How do you do that? You use the financial suite, okay? Profit and loss statements, balance sheets, cash flow statements and stuff like that. So you use the financials suite. Same thing with Oracle. Same thing with Oracle Fusion, okay? Financials. So it's pretty much the same thing, and that's what we train you on, okay? Now, Oracle Fusion, like I said, it's just Oracle Corporation. They just came up with that product just recently, okay? They launched it in 2011. Now, what I'm going to do is this. I'll try to explain a little bit more by illustrating on my whiteboard, and hopefully maybe you'll be able to get the whole concept. Now, Oracle Fusion. Now, Oracle Fusion, I've said, it was launched in 2011. Okay? Now, what actually happened is this. All along, Oracle was buying some other systems out there, okay, from competitors. Okay? They bought a system called PeopleSoft, which is basically an ERP like Oracle. Okay, PeopleSoft, they bought it in 2005. Okay, and then they bought a system called JD Edwards, which was also bought in 2005. Okay, they bought a system called Siebel, which was bought in 2006. They bought another system called Hyperion around 2007. And most recently, they've just bought another system called NetSuite, which is also an ERP, and this was bought in 2016. Now, as far as how they came up with Fusion, we're going to concentrate on these four. The first four here, okay, because those are the ones that were used to come up with the Oracle Fusion product. Now, what Oracle did was they incorporated the functions, the good functions of these four systems plus the Oracle EBS. Okay, Oracle EBS, which is what I talked about earlier that we train people on. Okay, so they took the functions, the functionalities of Oracle EBS with the functionalities of PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, Siebel, and Hyperion to come up with Oracle Fusion. Which is basically a hybrid of all these five systems. So they really came up with a very cool system that meets a lot of client demands. Okay. Now I don't want to go into specifics because there's really some really nice features about Oracle Fusion, and I don't want to go into all that. That's maybe a topic for another day. Okay. Now, having said that, now we have two systems here. We have Oracle EBS and we have Oracle Fusion Cloud. Now, with Oracle EBS, this system, it's offered by Oracle on the premises. I'll try to explain a little bit further. Okay, and Oracle Fusion Cloud, it's offered by Oracle on premises, on-premise, and on Oracle Cloud. Okay? Now, I mean, why do we have to discuss all this? Now, we are doing this because I want to explain to you how an Oracle implementation will require different kinds of consultants. For example, functional consultants and technical consultants. Okay? Now, with technical consultants, those consultants, they support the functional consultants, which we train you to become a functional consultant. So the technical consultants, they support the functional consultants in an implementation, in a project. Okay? And they support them in which way? Now, when a client buys the Oracle, let's say for example, give an example, the first one for Oracle EBS. When the client buys the Oracle EBS system, they will sell a license. Okay? And even with Oracle Fusion Cloud, they will sell a license. All right? Now, that license, what happens is the client, they still have to implement the system. That system has to be sitting somewhere on the internet so that the end users can use it. Okay? Now, how does it end up somewhere on the internet? Now, what happens is, using Oracle EBS model, when the client buys the Oracle license from Oracle, they will also need to buy the hardware part, because that system has to be configured somehow so that it can be used by the users or even by the functional consultants. Okay, the database, where that database lie, there's so many things that has to be in place before actually a system can be implemented by the functional people. That system has to be somewhere in the servers, has to be running, the programs have to run, the database has to be perfect and all that stuff. So all that is done on the premise, meaning that it's not in the cloud. Somewhere there's a dedicated location by the client where all this is set up. Okay? So that's with Oracle EBS. All right? Now, if a client has an Oracle EBS system, they will need technical people, basically DBAs and programmers or developers, and functional people to come on board and implement. Okay? Okay? Because they are on the premise. Okay? Now, with Oracle Fusion Cloud, if for example, now with Oracle Fusion Cloud, what Oracle have done is they offer in two ways. They started offering it in two ways, on the premise and on Oracle Cloud. Okay? So on the premise, it's pretty much the same way as EBS. Okay? I don't have to go through that. Now, with Oracle Cloud, I'm going to explain a little bit more. Now, Oracle, they offer Fusion on Oracle Cloud in 3 different ways. One, they offer it as software as a service. 2, platform as a service. And 3, infrastructure as a service. Now, I know I'm getting too technical for maybe a lot of people may be watching this, but I have really to explain this for you to get a better understanding of all this. Now, with software as a service, what Oracle have done when they came up with this Oracle Fusion, it's because they really want everyone to go the cloud way. That's the future. To Oracle, that's the future. All right? Now, with software as a service, what they do is this. Now, once a client buys the license for the product, okay, what they'll do is they can choose any of these 3 ways to have access to that system, to that application. Now, with software as a service, the client will just give them the software on demand over the internet. All right? I'll give you an example. For example, at Appstack America, we have our own system that we use to record day-to-day transactions. All right? If you want to run a report, a financial report like profit and loss statements for this year, I would have to go to our system and run it and see. It's just a click. Okay? If someone buys our product and I issue an invoice. We don't write those invoices manually. Okay, we use the system to do all that stuff. Okay, now the system that we use, it's called QuickBooks. All right, now QuickBooks Online, okay, QuickBooks Online. All right, now this QuickBooks Online, it's a very good example of software as a service. So the system is there. We don't have to actually do anything. Or when we bought that QuickBooks Online from Intuit, who is the vendor for QuickBooks, now we paid for the license, and then we got of course, the access, the credentials, and then we got the URL, okay, the location where that system is located on the internet. Now that system, most likely it's located in the cloud, okay, because there's companies out there offering cloud computing solutions like Amazon. Okay. Now, for example, our systems, the ones that we use for training our students, all those systems, they are located on the cloud with Amazon. Okay. Now, with software as a service, so there's really no customization that you can do as a client. Okay, you get the system as it is. All right, you don't have access to the database and all that. All right, you just get the system, you use it the way it is, you implement it and use it the way it is. Now, with this, it means that clients will only need functional consultants to set up the system from the front. Okay. They won't need the technical people to work on the database, servers, and all those things. They won't need those people because they are getting all that is taken care of by Oracle somewhere where they have their cloud. Okay, so that's one option. Now the next option is where the Oracle as a corporation, they give the Oracle Fusion system on the cloud as platform as a service. Okay, now platform as a service means the Oracle gives a little bit, a certain percentage to the client to have access to the back end of the system. Okay, like for example, they give basically a platform for a client as much based on what they need. For example, a client may need a platform to write like a custom code. Okay, custom specifications, maybe come up with some custom system or tool or whatever. So they would buy that and they will be given of course the license and the access to the front end of the system and also part of the back side of the system. All right, for them to be able to do that part. So pretty much give 25% of it. All right, we'll have control of the client. Okay, remember this one, Oracle have 100% control of the backend of the database and servers and everything. All right, this one, the client would have around 25 based on whichever platform that they want to use. All right, but the rest of the things, like where that application is stored in the servers, it's all in the cloud. Even this and this and this, everything. That's why it's Oracle Cloud. Okay. Now with infrastructure as a service, now the client will give the Oracle will give the client more control of the database. Okay. The back-end side. Okay. Now, rather than just being given the front side of the application from the front end, they will be given other options too, so that they can be able to make any customizations and things like those. There's so many things that they can do, they can play with if they have access to that database or the backside. Okay, but still at the end of the day, really Oracle, they control where the system is located, the servers and all that. Okay, that part is still in the Oracle Cloud. All right, so in this case, around 50% client, just giving an example, and 50% Oracle. Okay, all right. So when the client buys the Oracle software, the application, they will get the license, and then that license, of course, is just for them to be able to use like what you see from the front side. All right? But then again, behind the scene also, that system has to be set up somehow for it to run perfectly behind the scenes, database, you know, the servers, all that, middleware. I mean, there's so many technical things that have to be working for it to work. All right, I don't want to go into details of all that because also I'm not a very technical person. Okay, I'm a purely functional consultant. That's what I've been working in this industry for so many years. Okay, now with Oracle Fusion, so let's say, and most of the clients are on this, they will need technical consultants and they will need functional consultants. At the end of the day, anyways, when the client is on cloud, they will still need functional consultants. All right, whether it's this, or this, because the functional consultants, they have to come on board and set up the system from the front end. Now, why does the system have to be set up? Because these systems, they are very, very complex. And also the clients who buy these systems, they are also like, they are big clients, all right? They are big firms, all right? They have regulations that they have to follow. They have accounting conventions that they have to follow. For example, if a big multinational firm having businesses here in the US, in Kenya, in Europe, wherever, they have to follow some form of accounting conventions. Like, for example, US GAAP standards as far as reporting is concerned, and accounting information, and international financial reporting standards. Or also, there's something called the local regulations. Also, there are some countries that have like local regulations. They don't follow the US GAAP. For example, they have their own local regulations that businesses have to comply with. Okay, see, at the end of the day, these systems are set up in such a way that they don't violate any laws. Okay, any regulations. They have to abide by those regulations. Okay, now that's pretty much why consultants are needed. All right. Now, and it's not just about Oracle. There's other systems out there. There's SAP. There's Microsoft Dynamics. There's NetSuite. There's many systems out there. A lot of them. Okay. There's QuickBooks, like the one that we have. But like Oracle, it's a huge system that really requires, when companies buy that system, they need people to come on board and implement the software. And that's where the consultants come into the picture. Because now, once the system has been implemented, then it's handed over to the client so that now the end users of the system can use it on a day-to-day basis. Okay? Those people who enter invoices, those people who cut the check, those people who do the reconciliations at the end of the month. Okay, those people are called end users of the system. Okay, now what we train you to be is to become the consultant. All right, the person who sets up that system so that the end users can be able to use the system. Okay, and that person is paid some really good money. Okay, I mean, I have never seen a consultant who makes not close to $100,000 a year. Okay. All right, so they make some good money. All right, very, very good money. But the end users, of course, they don't, because they don't know. I mean, for them, it's just they know how to enter an invoice, for example. They know how to run the report, but how that invoice can be set up for them to be able to do that, they don't have that knowledge. They don't have that skills, and that's why they can't be paid some good money. That's why a consultant will be paid some really good money for that consultant to implement a system like Oracle, like the system that I've just talked about. All right, the product that Oracle has, or any other company out there. Okay, so that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. Now, I want you, if you really like my videos, my content, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Also, you can actually email me. My email is info@appstechamerica.com. Also, you can call me. My landline, it's 813. The company's landline, it's 813-573-5619. Okay? If You call us 813-573-5619, and if you call my extension 402, you should be able to reach out to me. Okay, so that's all I wanted to cover today. If you're really interested in all this, just give us a call, and we can talk about it further. Okay, thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye bye.